Summertime's here, that means Pixar is blessing us with their latest animated film. It's Inside Out 2, today on Mark's Movie Reviews. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another installment of Mark's Movie Reviews. It's been kind of a weak summer at the movies, hasn't it? There hasn't been much out there that I really want to go see, hence the lack of reviews popping up here on my little old YouTube channel. But it's the Canada Day long weekend, and I've really got this desire to just get out there and do something. Luckily, I am a Pixar fanboy, and Pixar's latest movie, Inside Out 2, has been out for a couple of weeks now. It's just been getting phenomenal reviews, everybody's saying it's just as good as the first one, so I have to see this for myself. But what finally convinced me to go see it was I was reading this interview with the director about how they came up with the idea for the film. They were going through some old family photographs, and they noticed that in photos of their birthdays, their smiles got progressively smaller and smaller until they completely vanished in their teen years. So that led the filmmakers to ask, what happens to us that make us feel less joy as we get older? With a premise like that behind it, I was hooked, and so bam, I was off to see Inside Out 2. It's been a couple of years since the first film. Riley, our heroine, has just turned 13. Inside her head, her emotions, led by joy, continue looking after her and have begun fostering her new belief system. That, in turn, is growing Riley's sense of self. But then one day, the puberty alarm goes off and 4 new emotions move in: ennui, envy, embarrassment, and their leader, anxiety. Everyone's kind of on board with anxiety's plans to protect Riley, but Joy begins wondering if anxiety is going too far. Anxiety eventually casts out Joy and the other original emotions. Now it's a battle between Joy and anxiety for Riley's mind before Riley loses her new sense of self. Well, it is Pixar, so right away the animation is spectacular. It always is. And I really love how they expand on the concepts introduced in the first film. I mean, one of the main criticisms of the first film was that there were just too few emotions. I mean, just 5? Well, as I learned from the Blu-ray bonus features, that was simply for economy of storytelling, as in some of their early drafts of the first film, there were as many as 75 emotions. So bringing in more emotions was just the most logical step to take. The new emotions are all delightful, but it's Maya Hawke's anxiety who really is the heart of this film. She makes Riley's teenage struggles the most believable, as we all see them filtered through the lens of anxiety. That's probably the best thing to say about this film. It's just so believable, especially when we're out in the real world and we see how Riley's emotions are affecting her. You know, there's very little about this film for me to complain about. I was originally sad that composer Michael Giacchino didn't come back to do the music for this second film, as I think his score for the first film is one of the most beautiful film scores ever written. But Andrea Datzman's score completely won me over. It's been a while, but Pixar did it again. They made another movie that made me cry. Absolutely loved it. 4 out of 4 nibs.